What's going on, you Feptosauruses? It's Roman, and welcome back to another video. And this is, you see Photoshop here with nothing in it. Because what this is, wow, that was pretty weird. It is a little, tutorial about Photoshop. I'm gonna make a little series, actually. It's not gonna be one video. A little series, I don't know how many episodes, but I will go through some features of Photoshop and later on just like little tips and tricks and I don't know what. So yeah, in each series, I don't know how frequently I'm gonna upload them. I am going to like explain one part or a few parts of Photoshop that have the same thing to do with each other. Now, so some people dislike Photoshop because they find it too complex, or others just like find it too expensive. But I didn't find it too expensive. Yeah. Yeah, what I have here is Photoshop CS6 Extended, and it's the most advanced version at the moment. You do not need this for this version. You do not need this version for what I'm gonna be doing, but I will say when you will need Photoshop CS6 Extended for that. Now, actually, that's kind of it, and let's get started with the first. Okay, that was kind of cut off. Let's get started with the first part, and that is selecting. Now, when you first open a document, you want to create a document, you just hit Command N, and I'm gonna be talking in Mac language, you could say. So every time I say command, you have to think, if you're a Windows user, control. Yeah, got that? Right. Now, we like get this here. If we press command N, we get this here. Now here you can select. You can give your thing a name. Let's just call that bleh. I don't give a shit. And this here is yeah, this is kind of presetting this one. So usually I pick this one because I usually set custom sizes. Now here this is just like, yeah, pretty explainable. Now or pretty obvious, that's what I want to say. Now here you can also select just like your own things. Now I usually go with pixels, but you can also select any other kind of things you want. Let's just make a square. That's right, the resolution. I would set that to pixels per inch. 72 is the normal resolution. That's completely fine. If you want to make it HD, or actually this is HD, but if you even want to make it more detailed and really want to zoom in, then you could make that higher. Yeah, so with these, just don't mess with these yet. With the background contents, you can change that. You can do what you want. It won't change anything later. If you want to change it, it doesn't matter. If you want to change it later, yeah, you can do that. So we're just gonna go with white and then press OK. Now what you get is this here. You get like this. Yeah, like this. And you obviously have that selected. And now you see here in the layers tab, you see background. Now there's also 3D and channels, but just don't mess with those yet. Or I don't do it with that. You can do it if you want it, but you gotta, yeah. It's actually pretty. 3D has gotten pretty simple in Adobe Photoshop CS6, but we go over that later. Now we have this layer here, and we can't like unview it, or I don't know what. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna double click this lock and then press OK. This applies to new pictures you make or .jpeg. So yeah, pictures with the JPEG. That's pretty stupid if you want to just like change something on it. So you just gotta double click that. Now you have this white sheet and you can't do anything with it. Now you can select a lot of tools. You can like paint something in it, or I don't know what, or just like start your app creation. But I'm just gonna paint some. Okay, that was white. I'm just gonna paint something, just like with a random brush. It's like my sign, pretty stupid. But I want to go. What I want to go over is the move tool, selection tool, and selection tools. Now there are a few of them, so there are these three here. And the first one is the shape marquee tools. Now you have the rectangular marquee tool, where you can just like select something like this. The elliptical one, we can make like these things. Single row. You just like different shapes, and it's like this is for making 4 lines if you want to. But the rectangular marquee tool is like the most useful for now. Now, if you have something selected, make sure you're on the layer. If you have other layers, you can switch to the move tool, and then you can move only that part around. Now you see this? I'm like move this. Now, I actually only want to change this here. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a new layer, and that's with Shift Command Next, and for Windows that's Shift Control next. I said next, N of course, and then just hit Enter, and then we'll get a new layer. Now let's just fill this up with white again. So what you're gonna do is gonna make sure that this is the foreground color. So the upper one here is white, and the back one is here. This one is black. And if you want to reset those, like if you have red set here and you don't want to go back to that and change it, just click this little button. I don't know how long it's in there, but yeah. And you have these colors. Now to switch it, you can click this here or press X. That's also pretty handy. I really like to work with shortcuts, because if you can't do that, that's fine. And also, if you have a trackpad or something, or a mouse or both, if you have both, that's the best. You can like zoom in with a trackpad and like work with a mouse, so it's pretty good. If you don't have anything of these, you can just like press Command or Control, and then, well, that's not what I wanted to do. So you can just like, if you want to zoom in, you can or move the zoom tool. It's this one, I guess. It's this one, and then just like resize it. But I always go over with the trackpad. Now, before we get distracted, now if just make sure this here is black or white, the background is black, and you just hit Command Backspace. Now, now you have a white sheet again. Now we go to layer 1, we select the brush tool, and we go paint, like something really weird. Now, if I now uncheck this eye here, you will see that the black thing will disappear. And if I uncheck this one, the white will disappear. Now, layers actually work with what's above is shown. So if I drag this here above my little drawing there, it's gonna hide the drawing. Now back to the selection tools. So you know this here. And now we have these here. Now, this is more to make free selections. So you can like with the just lasso tool, you can just like click and hold the left mouse button, and then you can like make one or other shape. Let's just go like this. And then you get something really weird, and I can move that around. Now move the background, that wasn't too smart. Let's just go to this layer, and now we can move this around. Get it? Fine. Now, to undo everything, if you want it yourself, I press Command Z. Okay? Now. Now, we also have the polygon lasso tool that will create straight lines. You just gotta click when you want to make a corner. That creates straight lines between where you click. It's pretty handy to make quick selections and then delete what's around it. And then, like, if I want to select and inverse this, just like make a few things, and I have this here, and then I can work on it more precisely. Sometimes you need that. If you wonder how I inverted that, that was with Shift Command Backspace. I think I put things here that you can see what I actually typed. But yeah. So if you also wondered how do you change this, it's I think I'm not sure on Windows, but on Mac you just right click it and then you can choose one of these. And on Windows, if that doesn't work for you, just hold this down and then go over to one of these and then click on them, I guess. Or no, just go over them. Now, we also have the magnetic lasso tool. Now, what you can do is, what this actually for you does, if you want to cut out something, you can just like go along the lines of the picture. See, it's just like, it sticks. You can also click if you want to like make a point, if you want to be like lol, because usually it would like go along that. But you can make like pretty quick and easy selections with it. It's not the most precise, and definitely in images where there's a lot of color difference and such on. I didn't find it that handy. What was the best thing, and if you want to deselect something, just hit Command D. The last tools we have is the magic wand tool and the quick selection tool. Now the magic wand tool, I think you all know that. Let's just make this one layer with Command E. I just, yeah. If you just click on the white surface, for example, it will select everything that is in the same color range, kind of. It's not that precise, and the same thing goes for the structure I did here. I'm just trying to think of what it actually is. I just did something random. But this is, again, not as precise with big structures where... let me just open like a transformer picture. Do I have that one still? Let's just get myself something. Megatron Transformers. That's great. Now I have here Transformer, Megatron. Now, as you can see, I did like use this tool here, but what it didn't do, it didn't select this one here. I just want to remove the background, so I gotta click the lock, hit OK, and then it removed most of it. Now I could do something like this, but just like takes quite a while, and I don't like that. Now to undo it all, you just hit Alt Command and just keep hitting Z till you get it all back. I don't know why that is there. Oh, fuck it. Now the second tool we have is the quick selection tool, and that's really handy because you can set like a size if you want. It's like bigger, and now it's like smaller. I'll just stick with 95 pixels. It's okay. The hardness, you want to set that to 100% actually. It doesn't matter for now. And see, if you now click on the screen what you want to select, it kind of does the same thing as the magic wand tool itself, but it does that a little bit more precise. So this is for a little bit more precise things. Now I'm just gonna make a selection, and if you want to zoom in, you could just do that with the zoom tool, or with yeah, like the trackpad. I do it with that. And now I also want to select these parts in here. Now I could just like remove the other parts and then click on there. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press the left bracket key and then hold shift and select these parts, and they will be automatically selected, more or less then. And for what I actually have in mind, like I'm not gonna do anything special, but it's just like okay with that. I'm not like watching every pixel. Yeah, it's fine for now. Oh, this one here. Okay. Now what I did notice is that here this foot, if I would remove it, this foot is gone. Now what you can do with this tool, what the magic wand tool can do, is if you hold Alt and then click on the area that is selected, you don't want to select, it will unselect that for you. It goes really simple. Just click that. I wouldn't like drag it, but I would more click, and then yeah. And if we move it now, we have everything we want, and it actually looks pretty nice. Just like cut out, and you can do anything with it. Here's a little preview on what I'm working on. It's like for school, and we have to do something with something, and that is unnatural. So I did that. It's not finished yet, of course, but just something where I use this for. Now, that actually concludes it for this. Now, to go over it again, we have the move tool to move things around. If you select all, if you press Command A, at least if I'm right, yeah, and you click on one of these, it will center the on these two here. It will center the picture, and that's pretty handy sometimes. Or if you want to do it on feeling, you could just like do it on feeling. Sometimes that's also better. But yeah, this one makes quick selections, and then you can like move it around. Or if you have a new layer and you want only to be painted in that particular area, for example, you can only do that. See, I'm like painting everywhere, but only paints the selection. And you can do that with different shapes by holding onto it, or just like clicking onto it with a right click, and then let go over the tool, or just click on a tool, and then you can like make different shapes. Or you have the lasso tools where you can more freely select. Or you have the wand tools, or the selection tools, or I don't know, the last ones in each case. And you can make more precise or fast selections with that. That concludes it for this tutorial. It got a little bit longer because it were like few tools actually. Quite a lot of tools. Yeah, like that. And yeah, if I could help you, I'm glad I could help you. And I think this is it. Tune in next time, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.